When the world becomes too much for me and I'm tired to the bone, all evening I long for the office rush, all day I ache for home. When income equals outgo and there's 3 more bills to pay, when I feel like I've just wasted another long and hectic day. When 8 a.m. till 5 seems like much more than just 9 hours. When I get so busy pulling weeds, I cannot see the flowers. When even making music can't soothe my frazzled brain, and the sound of my own singing can't block out the driving rain. When I cannot bear the same routine without a loss of mind, I look forward to the Fridays when I'll leave it all behind. I'll pack my car and go to where my tired heart can mend, and spend another weekend with my 1,000 closest friends. In a circle of music, the world goes away. I forget the pressing problems that fill my other days. In a circle of laughter and loving embraces, no dark mood can last amid your bright and friendly faces. In 48 hours, I learn to smile again when I'm surrounded by my 1,000 closest friends. I know that there are people who'd think that this is odd. They take their comfort other ways, from liquor or from God. Now sometimes prayer can calm me, or drink helps get me through, but nothing is so healing as the days I spend with you. For 2 short days I know I can forget my mundane fears. I know that there are people here who share my joys and tears. I know if I am lonely that a hug's not far away, and I know that there is music at the end of every day. I will confess quite freely, I don't know all your names, but from old friends or from new ones, the feeling's much the same. By Sunday, tired but happy, I can face the world again, after spending such a weekend with my 1,000 closest friends. In a circle of music, the world goes away. I forget the pressing problems that fill my other days. In a circle of laughter and loving embraces, no dark mood can last amid your bright and friendly faces. In 48 hours, I learn to smile again when I'm surrounded by my 1,000 closest friends. And I thank God for my 1,000 closest friends. We've cleared off the table, leftovers saved, washed the dishes, put them away. I have told you a story and tucked you in tight at the end of your knockabout day. As sails to carry you to sleep over the midnight sea. I will sing you a song no one sang to me. May it keep you good company. You can be anybody you want to be. You can love whomever you will. You can travel any country where your heart leads, and know I will love you still. You can live by yourself. You can gather friends around. You can choose one special one, and the only measure of your words and your deeds will be the love you leave behind when you're done. There are girls who grow up strong and bold. There are boys quiet and kind. Some race on ahead, and some follow behind, and some go in their own way and time. Some women love women, some men love men, some raise children, some never do. You can dream all the day, never reaching the end of everything possible for you. Don't be rattled by names, by taunts, by games, but seek out spirits true. If you give your friends the best part of yourself, they will give the same back to you. You can be anybody you want to be. You can love whomever you will. You can travel any country where your heart leads, and know I will love you still. You can live by yourself. You can gather friends around. You can choose one special one, and the only measure of your words and your deeds will be the love you leave behind when you're done. Music's always helped me through the hard times, cheered me up when I was feeling blue. I'd find a quiet spot where I could pick up my guitar, and all at once the world was bright and new. Music's been there too through all the good times, to add some extra sparkle to the day. The sun seemed that much brighter when it was polished with a song. The hours would fly by as I would play. Music has a magic to heal an aching heart and turn a downcast eye back to the stars. But never in my life have I felt such a sense of peace as when I sat and played on your guitar. I sat there in the night and felt a magic that I could not explain or comprehend. My hands would not be still as I was holding your guitar, and I felt once more the presence of a friend. The music seemed to flow into my fingers, tunes to touch the silent listening stars, melodies you'd set there in all the years gone by, that dwell now in the heart of your guitar. Music has a magic to heal an aching heart and turn a downcast eye back to the stars. But never in my life have I felt such a sense of peace as when I sat and played on your guitar. Each time I play a song and think about you, I wonder if you hear or if you see, as I try to keep alive for you the music that you love, more than I could hope you would love me. I hear again the music of your laughter, and see again the sparkle in your eyes. I feel again the happiness of being at your side, and the sadness of the day I said goodbye. For music has a magic to heal an aching heart and turn a downcast eye back to the stars. But never in my life have I felt such a sense of peace as when I sat and played on your guitar. For music has a very special power that touches those who play and those who hear, to change the very souls of those who truly listen well, and objects that the singers hold in near. Each song you ever played is gently captured with the love you held and all the things you are. And though, my friend, you're gone, I can feel your presence here, woven in the strings of your guitar. For music has a magic to heal an aching heart and turn a downcast eye back to the stars. But never in my life have I felt such a sense of peace as when I sat and played on your guitar. Life is a game we can play if we choose, but no one who plays it will ever quite lose. By joining the game we win prizes each turn, prizes of love and of lessons well learned. But even the winners must pay a high price of loss and of pain at each roll of the dice. In winning a war, often battles are lost, but we must dare to try it in spite of the cost. Both winners and losers have forfeits to pay, but those who pay dearest are those who won't play, who sit in dark havens, watch life passing by, afraid they can't win, so they won't even try. Afraid of the payments they'll give for their prize, they won't play the game, so they cannot be wise. Afraid of the stars, so they cling to the land, afraid they'll be burned should one fall in their hand. So choose how you'll play, what reward you'll pursue, and pay the price gladly when forfeits come due. If your prize is the stars or the love of a friend, you'll be glad you have played when the game nears its end. But don't be afraid to join into the game. If you fear to lose, then no prizes you'll claim. But you never will lose if you just make a stand. By reaching for stars, they will fall in your hand. Writers of modern-day tales use sex or SF to make sales, but writers of yore used sadness and gore. A good tragedy never would fail. When Oedipus tried to return to Thebes, the gods were quite stern. Forsaking all others, he married his mother. A hard fate did this Grecian earn. Antigone was Oedipus's daughter. Each brother the other did slaughter. She buried both guys, for strong family ties were a virtue her father had taught her. Before our grim saga is done, Antigone and King Creon's son and virtuous wife have each lost their life. Also the gods could have fun. Of Macbeth it has often been said, he left several innocents dead. Then his lovely lady, she went a bit crazy, and Macbeth, I'm afraid, lost his head. In Verona, in times long ago, lived a teenager named Romeo. And though the maid, Julie, was still in grade school, she did moon over him, don't you know. Her parents were rather annoyed. Their daughter would dare love a goy. To Paris we'll send her, the French will befriend her. But Juliet saw through their ploy. By the third act our lovers are wed, and have had a brief frolic in bed. Now our tragic story must end in a hurry, with Romeo and Juliet dead. You've all heard the story of Tess, an innocent girl, more or less. One man seduced her, the second refused her, and our heroine's fate you can guess. I see that my audience is weeping, and some from the windows are leaping. So I'll tell no more of these stories of yore. So wake up all you who are sleeping.
And now a word from our sponsor.
Come and sail the stars with me. See all that there is to see. See the ends of the galaxy with me. See the wonders of the endless night, and the worlds where there's eternal light. Everything is gonna be alright with me. And on days when things are going wrong, you'll be glad that you brought me along. I'll put your troubles back where they belong, you see. I'm the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. If you want to see the galaxy, but you don't have a lot of money, this book is full of lots of hints to make your travel sunny. There are lots of things across the stars that you can do for free if you take along a copy of the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Put a towel in your pack and drop me in your pocket. Put out your thumb and grab yourself a ride on a passing rocket. From Cosmopolitan Vega-Fort, remote rolled up soul-free. Travel across the starways with the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. If you're stranded on a boring world, to make the time go faster, we'll even tell you how to make a perfect gargle blaster. For under 30 Altarian dollars a day you can see the stars if you have a copy of the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Note, the figure of 30 Altarian dollars covers accommodations and 3 meals per day. It does not cover entertainment, port taxes, miscellaneous expenses, gifts for the folks back home, or bail, except on the planet of Calderon 4. Here, to post bail, you only have to commit 7 obscene acts. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy says the planet of Calderon 4 has the highest crime rate in the galaxy. End of note.
On days when things aren't going right and you really want to can it, look at my cover and see the words that tell you to don't panic. Sit down, relax, put up your feet and have a cup of tea, and travel across the starways with the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. If you'd like a copy, don't forget to simply send a $50 check, and in a week you will receive direct from me the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Batteries not included.
Irwin Allen told us about people lost in space and men trapped in the corridors of time. Men who battle evil in a sub beneath the sea, or on a world where things are jumbo size. I'd like to send those films out to the Robinsons in space, or lock them in that sub beneath the sea, or send them down that tunnel to 1,000,000 years ago. Anything to keep them off my TV. In Flanders fields, the poppies blow, between the crosses, row on row, that mark our place, and in the sky, the lark still boldly singing flies, scarce heard amid the guns below. We are the dead, short days ago. We lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved, but now we lie in Flanders fields. Take up our quarrel with the foe, to you from failing arms we throw, the torch be yours to hold it high. If you break faith with those who die, we shall not sleep though poppies grow in Flanders fields. You tell me that the gods I know aren't gods at all. Berate me for my savage way of life. You treat me like a child because I don't understand, because I choose to bargain with a knife. I've never claimed the wisdom of a priest or man of lore. Perhaps that makes me child in your sight. Among my people, strength of arm is valued above mind. So try to see to me my ways are right. I've saved your life so many times, and so you have saved mine. Among my people, that would make us closer and kin. So cousin, brother, understand my ways, and understand the way my life has been. Although it was my choice to come away with you, you tore me from the only life I've known. And in this life of strangeness now I need to have a friend to guide me, to keep me not alone. Guidance and teaching I must have for survival in this life I do not know. But try not to judge me for the way that I have lived, and I in turn shall try to learn and grow.
Fly, lady, soar through the sky, lady. Do you find freedom from heartache in flight? Do memories pursue you? Does sorrow undo you as they torment me when I think of the night? Sunlight on wingtips, a shining bronze angel. You drop from your free flight to sit on my glove. Your keen eyes are sharper than any mere woman's, but can they see sadness or undying love?
Run, lover, flee from the sun, lover. Day will bring manhood and memories and pain, but wolves know not sadness, nor cursed lovers madness, or the sorrow that women know loving in vain. Night clears my senses, brings tears to my woman's eyes. Crueler than traps is the cruel hand of fate. Run through the moonlight and savor this brief night, for there you find freedom, and I weep and wait.
Fly, lady, soar through the sky, lady. Faster than destiny, smoother than grace. I hold to your jesses, but feel golden tresses, and now rue the day that I first saw your face. I watch your bright eyes and I touch your smooth feathers. I feel your strong heart beating quick in your breast. If our love cannot be, then I'll set our souls free, and peaceful in death's arms we'll take our sweet rest.
Run, lover, flee from the sun, lover. Seek out the hour that is not day or night, when we'll stand together, our love fast forever. The curse finally severed, the future so bright. Fly, lady, soar through the sky, lady. Do you find freedom from heartache in flight? Do memories pursue you? Does sorrow undo you as they torment me when I think of the night? The road you walk's a hard one, cross rivers fast and wide. My own way is a smoother one, but I walk it at your side. I'd take you on my gentle path, and we would travel there. But each must walk his own road, and some things can't be shared. Every time you stumble, I feel the need to cry. But I would not think to carry you, for you're as strong as I. My hand is here for balance when the way is full of stones. And however rough the road may be, you needn't walk alone. I wish that I could ease your way, or turn the rocks to sand. But I've only love for comfort as we walk hand in hand. You never ask for more than this. The road has made you strong, and sometimes you lend me courage with your songs. And if someday our paths diverge and I am left to roam onward towards the mountains, while your way takes you home, I cannot promise not to mourn, but I will say goodbye, contented in the knowledge that I'd never turned aside. In a leaking, creaking vessel, Father sailed across the sea. He left his home behind to go where men could all be free. His heart and soul loved wandering, he wanted just to roam. So he went off to a new land, there to build himself a home. Father found a wife when he had settled on the land. He built a home for her in sight of ocean, shore and sand. He raised his children on that shore, but all the while he longed to journey further inland and find the stuff of song. For even as he felled the trees to build the house where we would live, and even as he stalked the deer which through the woods did run, and even as he sowed his fields, and as he gathered in their yields, Father's eyes looked westward into the setting sun. So soon he built a wagon, put his family inside. He crossed the Alleghenies till he'd reached a river wide, and by the broad Ohio he settled down once more. But now his eyes long for the sight of the far Pacific shore. He never saw that ocean, but his children went on west unto the fertile prairies, but their hearts could find no rest. For Father's love of wandering had made them pioneers, and each new generation opened up a new frontier. Years went by, those children grew, had children of their own, and each one traveled westward, and each built a frontier home, until at last we reached the western border of our land, and saw the bright Pacific, and stood upon its sand. For even as he felled the trees to build the house where we would live. And even as he stalked the deer which through the woods did run, and even as he sowed his fields, and as he gathered in the yields, Father's eyes looked westward into the setting sun. I stood and watched the setting sun upon the roaring sea. I looked up at my father and said, what is left for me? For though we have no family jewels, I whispered through my tears, your children have inherited the souls of pioneers. Our fathers wandered virgin woods and turned new prairie sod, but now there aren't any paths that haven't yet been trod. Our journey here is ended, there can be no new frontiers. So what's to be the fate of we, the youngest pioneers? For even as ye felled the trees to build the house where we would live, and even as ye stalked the deer which through the woods did run, and even as ye sowed your fields, and as ye gathered in their yields, I saw your eyes look westward into the setting sun. Father smiled down on me, the ocean in his eyes. There are always new frontiers, he said, and looked up to the skies. There are new places to explore, new destinies to find, beneath the sea or in the stars, or in your heart and mind. The stars were coming out, they shone reflected on the sea. I looked at them and in my soul I knew I could be free. Perhaps I or my children might explore those new frontiers. There always are new goals to warm the souls of pioneers. Beware of the dreaded zucchini. It grows 10 times faster than grass, and buries each amateur gardener in vegetables up to his ass. But I do not pity the gardener who brought on his own tragic end, 'cause the folks who must deal with his folly are his neighbors, relations, and friends. I go into work Monday morning, and there on my desktop I find a gift from my friendly employer. I thank him and tell him how kind. In a bag is a bunch of fresh broccoli, 2 carrots straight out of the ground, and 15 or 20 zucchinis, each weighing a couple of pounds. That night they are boiled with butter, on Wednesday with hollandaise sauce. On Tuesday and Thursday they're French fried. By Friday I'm cursing my boss. On Saturday I braise them with ginger, and Sunday the last bite I eat. And Monday I find on my doorstep a gift from the folks down the street. So I roll up my sleeves to the elbows, and I bake loaves of zucchini bread. I make some into pickle relish, then wearily go off to bed. But sleep brings no rest from this nightmare, for vegetables dance in my dreams. I'm planted in somebody's garden, eating chocolate zucchini ice cream. I fancy a red ripe tomato, and mention this fact to my boss, who smiles but says that he's sorry. The spare ones get turned into sauce. He never brings me a straw strawberry. Of corn he won't lend me any here, but he brings me some more fresh zucchini. Isn't summer a great time of year? It's a little known fact that zucchini was a desperate Italian plot, dreamed up by Ben Mussolini in the days when relations were hot. When every last bullet was fired and it looked like the battle was lost, he'd call in the green reinforcements till all opposition was squashed. So patriots shun the zucchini when planting your garden next year. Grow lettuce and cabbage and broccoli. Of kohlrabi you've nothing to fear. If you can do without zucchini to fill up your summertime pots, we'll wipe out the little green bastards and at last foil this garden plot. I bought a shop in Hollywood and opened a boutique. I filled the shelves with merchandise, expensive and unique. At no other store in town could a buyer hope to find items quite so rare as the things I have in mind. I have pearl-studded teacups, a skirt of peacock feathers, a chocolate-covered orchid, and a puppy fur-trimmed sweater. I sell books with velvet pages, any title you could wish, a cut crystal aquarium in which to keep your fish. For the very well-heeled customer who brings her MasterCard in, I've imported live flamingos that will decorate her garden. I have in stock a telephone that looks just like a goat, an evening gown constructed from authentic 10-pound notes. Now I realize my merchandise won't interest everybody. It's only for the customer who likes to waste his money. But every hour I'm open, the cash registers are ringing. My shop is filled with customers, the stockholders are singing. And gawkers line the sidewalks for a glimpse of famous faces, to ogle all the limousines that fill my parking spaces. For word has spread quite rapidly, my shop is all the rage. My stock sells well to people you may know from screen and stage. Paul Hogan came in yesterday and bought a kangaroo. Joan Collins bought a husband, each week she buys a few. Last night I sold to Springsteen a solid gold guitar. I call my shop at Astra 'cause I cater to the stars. The day the eagle landed, I was only 8 years old, but I can still remember seeing history unfold. My mother let me stay up late that special night to see the dim and flickering images they showed on our TV. I watched with the fresh wonder God grants only to a child. I heard the crackling voices from across the many miles, but I was too young to really grasp the meaning of that night, or understand the dangers of a Saturn rocket's flight. For stars were there for wishing on, and nights were there for dreams, and rocket ships were fantasies upon my TV screen. The moon, a gentle lady with a kind and smiling face, who shone through my bedroom window from her distant home in space. With passing months I grew up and my interest also grew. I watched with great excitement as each lunar mission flew. I saw the films of Skylab, and I followed NASA's plans, and I cheered as loud as any when the shuttle first was manned. I discovered science fiction as a way that I could flee from the dullness that my mundane life so often seemed to be. By sharing the adventures in my books or on the news, I could taste with heroes' dangers, I could walk in heroes' shoes. But excitement slowly faded, and my wonder was replaced with a growing bland complacency for wonders out in space. I still love to read the stories, but my heart was rarely touched by the astronauts' adventures that I used to love so much. When stars were there for wishing on, and nights were there for dreams, and rockets were just fantasies upon my TV screen, the moon, a gentle lady with a kind and smiling face, who shone through my bedroom window from her distant home in space. As I quickly dressed for work, I scarcely heard the newsman say it was chilly in Canaveral for the shuttle launch that day. Caught up in my own troubles, I just hurried out the door, for the miracles of spaceflight couldn't touch me anymore. But complacency was shattered like glass against a stone when a friend announced in shock, "Good God, the Challenger has blown." I listened to the news reports all afternoon, it seemed. I watched the skies rain down the shattered wreckage, and I dreamed of when stars were there for wishing on, and nights were there for dreams, and rockets were just fantasies upon my TV screen. The moon, a gentle lady with a kind and smiling face, who shone through my bedroom window from her distant home in space. Now searching deep within myself, I hope again to find the wonder of the child that is still in me, combined with a woman's understanding of the dangers that we face, and accept as we reach outward for the challenges of space. For we cannot be complacent, but we cannot be afraid, for anything worth having has a price that must be paid. In the blood of real-life heroes, we can lay the paving stones for a road into a future where the stars can be our home. Yes, stars are there for wishing on, and nights are there for dreams, and rockets are bright fantasies upon our TV screens. The moon's a gentle lady with a kind and smiling face, who beckons mankind outward to share her home in space. I am starbound, my love, but I don't want to go. I am starbound, my love, because my captain tells me so. He says that there's a war on 1,000,000 years away, and all men must go fighting in just another day. I don't know what I'm fighting for, I don't know why I go. I only know that I must leave because they've told me so. Why do I have to fight a war in an alien sky. For what great truth must we fight, and many of us die. Tomorrow I must leave you and go out there to fight, to battle and perhaps to die for that elusive right. They say it's worth 10 million lives to gain our noble end. But what's this thing called freedom that we go to defend? Tomorrow all our starships will journey into space to fight another's battles in a distant alien place. But tomorrow is tomorrow, and we still have tonight. Tomorrow you'll start missing me till I've returned or died. I am starbound, my love, but I don't want to go. I am starbound, my love, because my captain tells me so. He says that there's a war on 1,000,000 years away. So kiss me, my beloved, for tomorrow is the day. The rain falls on my face like tears. I haven't cried for years. I never had the need to cry before today, before now. The star-lined ships were bright and new, and they told us, the crew, the war would soon be over, and we could all go home once again. We said goodbye at Spaceport's door as I went off to war. The speed I was to travel would put more years between us than we knew. For when the war was over, our captain told his men that all our friends and kin on earth were dead. Though the years for us had been but 4, on earth they'd been that and 200 more. And now I cry to think what lies ahead. The falling rain blends with my tears. I haven't cried for years, 200 years. You think that I will cry now. You think that you have won. You think that I have nothing, for I did not see the sun as it shone so warm and brightly for barely 2 short hours. You danced and laughed and shouted in the light and warmth and flowers. I sat here in the closet behind the bolted door and watched the stripe of sunlight creep slowly across the floor. It was just as I remembered when I was very small. You cannot lock my memories out with bolted doors and walls. I always will remember how flowers bloom in May, while you must be content to live all summer in a day. The sun is warm and yellow, like a coin or a flame. The sky is blue around it. There are rainbows when it rains. The golden sun, the bright blue sky, the grass so soft and green. I see them when I close my eyes. I feel them in my dreams. I remember spring and fall, and snow so cold and white. And I remember summer days and stars that shine at night. For I was born and lived on earth. I came here when I was 4, and I only have to close my eyes to see the sun once more. I always will remember how flowers bloom in May, while you must be content to live all summer in a day. Another 7 years will go before it shines again. 7 years to hide away like bear cubs in our den. Do you think you will remember well this brief and sunlit time? The golden warmth upon your face one day when you were 9. I think you won't remember well. The hour is much too short. The memories will fade until they're lost inside your heart. And only in your deepest dreams will you still sing and play. And in the morning you will find the vision gone away. Always will remember how flowers bloom in May, while you must be content to live all summer in a day. You think that I am angry, you think you've made me cry, but this water on my face is rain that pours down from the sky. And I can wait for 7 years to see the sun once more, for I remember summer from the year when I was 4. I'll always have spring roses and the colors of September. I'll always have the summer, because always I'll remember. Like the evening darkness swallows up the sun, reflections on the water fade when day is done. Noontime's laughing colors fade to black and gray when the evening comes and my love goes away. I'll try to smile when you take away the sun. I'll try hard not to cry when the darkness comes. The tears I keep from shedding will blind out all the light, for when you leave you usher in the night. Like the morning sunlight that sparkles in your eyes, lasts until the evening, then disappears and dies. The sorrows of the nighttime chase away the day. When the evening comes and my love goes away, I'll try to smile when you take the light from me. Through the starless nighttime I will wait here patiently. I'll sit alone in darkness all the time you're gone, and wait for one who'll usher in the dawn. Alone on the launch pad, you tell us goodbye. We see that you're smiling and try not to cry. Tonight you will journey to places unknown, and except for your dreams, you must travel alone. You're sad for the people and things left behind, but joyfully think of the things that you'll find. For what are possessions or family and friends, when travel past light speed means life without end? For time in your starship will slow to a crawl. A century on Earth will seem no time at all. When all here who love you have grown old and died, still young and unchanged, you will journey the skies. Alone you must travel, your ship carries one, the first man to journey beyond our own sun. You'll see things that no men before you have seen, for you have dreams that no men before you have dreamed. You'll send us no message as you soar through the night, for radio waves go no faster than light. So there is no way for us left here to know of the beauty and wonders you'll find where you go. I see not a tear, only stars in your eyes, for your ship is your heart now, your life is the skies. I bid you safe journey, my star-loving friend. May you find all you've dreamed of by your journey's end. Alone you must travel, your ship carries one, the first man to journey beyond our own sun. You'll see things that no men before you have seen, for you have dreams that no men before you have dreamed.